Hi everybody, by the way. Alright, this starting screen is a little bit tricky, so I'm going to let it go through one cycle, because sometimes when you hit start, it doesn't start the game. So if we're a little bit off, that's alright.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so I'm going to give myself a couple extra lives here, which I normally don't do, but I'm going to play it safe for marathon sake. Because if you die in this game, like, game over, it's really bad. You have to go back to the start of the section of levels you're on. So, okay, so this game starts off pretty quickly. The main time save in this game are these level warps, and the most difficult one is right here, right off the bat. Okay, we got it. So basically what happened there is there's a crash handler. When the game has too much going on, it crashes, and it dumps you to a screen which says level warp forward, backward, and if you hit forward, then you skip to the end of the level. So there's 3 of those that have been found in this game, and they're the main time saves. So this second level is actually the most technical level in the game. Basically, there's a cycle you have to hit at the end of it if you want to save time, and so you just try to play it as technically perfect as you can to be able to make the cycle. Okay, I'm not gonna go for it. Normally I would have gone for it, but if you do and you miss it, then you have to start this level over. So yeah, you want to catch that box on the right side of the screen so you can just go ahead and jump, but it's really, really tight.
Marathon safe strats?
Yep, exactly. And this is not the intended way either. You're like supposed to stop on that spring and like get the higher gears, but that's too slow. You just jump on the bottom ones. It takes a tiny bit of timing, but it's not too bad. So there's these really nice animations in between every world, but you don't get to see any of them because I skipped them all. So basically, like, this game is, it was one of my, like, best remembered games as childhood because I never, like, actually beat it. It's actually a pretty difficult game to play casually. And I was pretty young at that time too, so I think my brother had to, like, help me beat some levels. And even then I got to the end and I don't think I ever actually beat the end boss. So that's kind of why I decided to pick it up as a speed game, because it was just like, first I just wanted to beat it because I don't think I ever had. So this is the second level warp. This is the easiest one. You just throw a marble here and then you warp. We need another world record. Yeah, I actually reset the world record for this last night by 7 seconds.
Oh, nice.
So
Well, what is your record at the moment?
it's 21:30. But the thing about this game is that I think I'm the only one running it currently. So like, if more people,
It still counts.
if more people were to run it, I think the time could be set a lot lower because the level warps are just crash handlers. So technically there could be one found on every single level, and we've only found 3. So the time could be a lot lower if people found more level warps. And the level warps are kind of funny because when I first decided to run the game, I remembered one of them from playing as a kid. And then I did like internet searches all over the internet to try to find the other one. So I was like typing in Mickey Mania level warp and then Google translating it to bunches of different languages. I'm like, well, what if they found one in Japan? I don't want to miss anything. So, yeah, I went right, exactly. So I went a little crazy with that, but I was able to find one on the Spanish Wikipedia page, and then there was one on I don't know if it was the Wikipedia page, but some American page. So my research did pay off a little bit, but I was hoping to find a lot more. And there was a world record set when I started running this. It was, I think, by Mickey Mage. But he actually didn't use any level warps at all. So I guess you could say he still holds the no level warp hard % world record because he also played it on hard. And I just play it on normal because that's the default setting. And it takes time to change it, so. Alright, so this is a boss fight. The test tubes that he throws out aren't exactly random, but neither are they, like, I don't know, really manipulatable. So this game, this boss is just all about, like, trying not to get hurt and, like, trying to hit him as quickly as possible. So that was pretty good, because I actually ended up with full hearts. So that door that I just passed, there's actually a glitch where it won't open sometimes, and it's really bad. It's like a reset because you can't do anything. And in all my runs, it had happened like once every 70 runs approximately. And then when I was practicing this week, it happened twice in one night. I'm like, oh, that'll be my luck during the marathon. It won't open and I'll have to restart.
Marathon.
Right, marathon luck for that, for sure. But it opened, so we're good. So this level's a little bit technical because you're like dodging these branches and you have to like hit backwards and forwards on the control pad really quickly. And so I actually have to like hold the controller kind of strange because if you don't, he'll duck. And if he ducks, that's bad. So if you see me ducking, that means bad Mickey. Alright, we made it. Look out for the moose, yes. This next level is actually one of the easiest ones for a speedrunner. But like as a kid, it really freaked me out because I was like, oh my gosh, this moose is getting me. And then, you know, you got to get these apples, and if you run into the rocks, then you like trip. It's very nerve-wracking.
Also, in case you guys are wondering, the current runner is YellowKillerbee, and I'll post her channel in the chat in case you guys want to follow.
All of these jumping sections where you jump over the water, except for the first one, you can just like hold jump. So it's like they set it up to be kind of hard, but actually you just hold down jump and you just jump right through it perfectly. This is the only level that has 2 loading screens, and I think it's because it has like a little fancy, I don't know if you call it mode 7 here, but it's like whoop, it goes like that, and then it's like, oh, 2 loading screens for that. Alright, that jump's kind of difficult. We made it though, which is important because we need this life to get back up to full. Oh, thanks, Morg, I really appreciate it. So this level is pretty difficult. One of the weird things about this game is that the levels, like, their order is not necessarily like how difficult they are. Because the second set of levels, the Mad Doctor levels, are probably one of the harder set of levels. And then it has the Moose, which is easier, and then this one, which is harder, and then an easier one. So yeah, it doesn't really go in sequence. I did a little skip there. You're supposed to go over to the right, but I just went straight up. That little pause there is because the stairs that you missed are like going down below you, and there's a way to skip that, but it's tight timing, so I missed it. The ghosts on this level are funny too because they like, have this like rolling up animation. And basically they don't have a hitbox as soon as that animation starts. So a lot of these levels are just timing about when you're supposed to like walk through or jump through ghosts. Like you can see there, I basically just walked right through that ghost. But you have to like time it pretty specifically.
Oh, we just got a $25 donation from Anonymous who says, I donated this to the Mickey Mania Easter egg, which is finally met.
Woohoo! Alright, I'll do that afterwards. Because that's actually
Sounds good.
in the second world. So I could have done it like during the run, but I can just go back and do it afterwards.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this run is actually going really well so far because I haven't died and I'm at full life at this point, so I'm pretty happy with it. So this is like the infamous pushing the table portion. It's very, very thrilling. But basically, if you have enough life at this point, you can just kind of push through these ghosts and take some intentional damage, and it saves a lot of time. So, like, this game is kind of interesting in the way that life management or health management is really, really important. Most people who start watching this game don't necessarily know where the health even is, because it's like the hand up in the upper left corner, and it just like counts down. Alright, that was nice. So that's the only cutscene that will show up even though I'm trying to skip it. For some reason the first couple frames always show up. Yeah, the game audio changed on my end too, I don't know why. These like seed pods gave me so much trouble when I first started running this game. This is actually one of my favorite levels, I think. I don't know why, it's just so... It's really varied in the different things that you have to do in it. And it's one of the easier levels. It's like they give you a little break. I fell down. That flower is supposed to get a lot taller, but it doesn't need to be that tall. So you just grow it just enough. So there's one little trick that I'm going to do here. If you let Mickey sink for a good amount, then you don't get hurt when you jump through that dragonfly there. There's really not a lot going on in this level as far as like tricks. You just kind of do it as fast as you can. But one of the interesting things about this game was that it was the first game that was worked on by actual Disney animators who had also worked on like cartoons and movies. So a lot of people think the animation is really nice, and I think that's partially why, is because the people who had worked on the movies also worked on this game. Other interesting thing is this is the first game that David Jaffe worked on, who most people know from the lead designer on God of War. So I think that's an interesting transition. You know, it's pretty natural from Mickey to God of War. Yeah, I think it's a pretty happy game in general. This game in general is like based on like I guess the first 6 cartoons that were made of Mickey, which I've only seen 2 of. So a lot of the references I don't get. Don't need to watch the movies in order to enjoy the game, thankfully. This is one of my favorite levels. I don't know, it's just so smooth. Even that beetle moves out of the way for you as you walk by. So accommodating. Mickey confirmed next God of War, yep. Alright, so these chandeliers are like the bane of my existence. They have some sort of physics, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So we'll see. Yeah, we missed it. In a normal run, that would be a reset, because this game's timing is really tight. Because anytime a game's like 20 minutes long, like if you save a few seconds, then you're doing good. Okay, we'll get through these chandeliers at some point. Alright, we made it. Now we get to like the weasel enemies, and the weasel enemies are kind of interesting because the ones with the crossbows, you have to kill or jump over. The ones with the knives, if you just shoot them with a marble, you can go right through them. This vase falls over if you walk by it. In my previous world record, I actually lost some health to that. It's like the most embarrassing way to lose health, get hit by a vase that falls on you. I always forget about this level. I don't know why. Probably because it's so short. It's like one of the shortest levels in the game. Is there any 100%? Well, like I said, I'm the only one that's really currently running it. And so it was almost like we just said, okay, well this is any percent, you know, I'm just going to do it as fast as I can. If there was 100%, it probably would be like all marbles, all stars, all 1-ups, or something like that. But I've never attempted it. I mean, it doesn't really have an inventory or anything like that. So, and then once you get to like 99 marbles, it just stops counting. So after that, it's like you couldn't really even tell if you had gotten any more marbles. So as you can see, because I haven't died, I'm at 98, and pretty soon it will stop counting. Alright, this is the most difficult section of the game, probably. This is where I died in my previous world record, but then I finally got a no-death run last night. Was able to save some time because of it. You always take damage during that section. There's just so much going on. If you were to try not to take damage, you'd have to waste too much time waiting around. Alright, we are on to the last section. Yes, Nerd Guy, there is a potion mixing puzzle. It's at the end of the Mad Doctor level. Okay, so this level also freaked me out as a kid, but I don't know, I didn't like anything where like the fire is chasing you, and you can't see it right now, but there's like fire coming up underneath me. And then these platforms also fall, so it's like double whammy for if you're like a nervous gamer kid. So again, I could skip these barrels by taking damage and save a little bit of time, but I'm playing it safe. I'd rather have more life at this point. This particular jump, as a kid, I would fall all the time. Okay, I am just going to blow through these because you tend to take a lot of time if you try to jump, or if you try to jump over those, because the pattern's just really strange. Do a barrel roll? Okay. Alright. When I originally did this level, I didn't kill any of the enemies because I didn't realize that you could kill them with one marble. In all other places you have to use 3, but in this level they were like, oh, it's too hard, we'll just make it so you kill them with 1. last level warp. We got it, which is good, because if you miss that one, it's really, really bad. Because the last portion is very, very difficult to do quickly. Alright, and this is the final boss. It's Pete. The first part of this Petey fight is actually pretty tedious. It's just a lot of like him jumping over you, and then you stand in one spot, and then he jumps over you again. And then you push the spikes. But like as a kid, I thought this was very hard. And the second portion of this fight is kind of challenging. Because the ninja stars that are coming from the ceiling are a little bit harder to dodge. But I love how this boss like fits right into the like standard, provides a way for you to defeat him. It's like, why are these spikes falling down? We don't know. It doesn't have to have an explanation, you know, they just had to make it different because it's like, well, no, you can't just kill Pete with marbles. That would be too easy. Alright, so this is the second phase. And basically now like this wrecking ball or whatever appears. And then these things get a little bit harder to dodge. Again, why is there a wrecking ball in Pete's Tower? It's a mystery. Oh, I missed the switch. That's one of the worst things that can happen in a run, because if you miss a switch, you have to do 3 more cycles. And that means like 25 seconds lost. But that's okay. The switches have really strange hitboxes, which is why they're easy to miss. There, we made sure we got it that time. But I remember the first few times I played through this game, this part was very nerve-wracking because it's like these stars were coming down and you had to make sure that you didn't get hit too many times. Because they give you a good amount of life, but eventually you run out.
Okay. Send me when it's time.
Okay. There's gonna be 2 more of those wrecking ball hits and then it'll be done, so I'll tell you when it's almost there.
Okay.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus would love this game. Okay, almost time. And time. And we got him!
It's 22:41.
That is not bad, considering we had to do some menuing at the beginning, so. Yeah, so that's Mickey Mania. Thank you guys so much for letting me run it at this marathon. I was a little nervous, but it actually was really fun, and the run went really well, so thanks.
Good run. And I'll post her channel in the chat in case you guys want to follow her as well.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and thanks everybody for donating. It's a really good cause. Oh, I was supposed to do the incentive.
Oh yeah,
I almost forgot.
Yes.
Okay.
We also just got another $15 donation from Asseteers, and he says, "Best of luck to all the runners during the event. Happy to donate towards a good event and a good cause." Thank you, Asseteers.
Okay, so one of the nice things about running this game is that it has a built-in level selector. It's like hidden a little bit, but you just go into the menu and then you put the music and sound effects to a certain ones, and then you hold down the L button for a while until you hear a noise. So it makes it easier to practice certain levels. Okay, so basically this secret is like on every level you're saving yourself. You're saving another Mickey, the Mickey from that cartoon. And but the thing about the Mad Doctor is instead at the end you save Pluto and fight the Mad Doctor. So there's like no Mickey to be found. That's because he's hidden. So there's like a secret Mickey. Also, I guess on certain versions of the game, there's like hidden death animations, which you didn't get to see the death animation, but like Mickey falls down and he's like holding a flower, like he's dead. And I guess like if you do it, if you put in certain codes in certain versions of the game, he's like, instead of holding a flower, he's like eating potato chips or doing different things like that. Okay, so instead of getting off the elevator, we just get off and then get back on, and then come up here. And then we fall down here. And it gets dark and spooky. Luckily, there's these stars to show us where to go. And then an extra guy. And then Mickey. Look at my shocked face. I love that. And then it just says, "You found him," but he didn't stay for long. And that's it. And then it just kicks you out in the next part of the level. Yep, so spooky.